In this section, I am going to teach you how to multiply complex numbers. But before I do so, I need to show you something. I need to show you a pattern here. Here's how it works, okay? First, let's start with I. We know that I is the square root of -1, right? Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. So let's figure out what I squared is. Well, I squared is equal to square root of -1 squared, right? And a square root and a square root, those cancel off. So I squared is actually equal to -1, okay? So keep on following me here. So let's figure out what I to the third is then, okay? Well, I know I to the third is really I squared times I, right? Squared in that would be I to the third. And since I squared is -1, this is equal to -1 times I, which is equal to -I. So thus I to the third is equal to -I, okay? Now let's try another one. I to the fourth is equal to I squared times I squared. And this is equal to -1 times -1 because we know I squared is -1. And so therefore this is equal to 1. So I to the fourth is equal to 1. Let's try one more. See where this is going. I to the fifth. Well, this I to the fifth is equal to I to the fourth times I, right? And I to the fourth is just equal to 1. So we got 1 times I. And that's just equal to I. And we're back at the beginning again. And it just rotates through and through and through. We can keep on doing that. So I's have this kind of repeating pattern of 4. It's I is just I, and then I squared is -1, and I to the third is -I, and I to the fourth is 1, and then I to the fifth is I again, and I to the sixth would be -1, and I to the seventh would be -I, and then I to the eighth would be 1 again, and repeat. Okay. Now, the biggest thing out of all these is to remember this one when you're multiplying. We need to remember that I squared is equal to -1, okay? And we're going to use that to simplify, to make our lives easier. Now, with that being said, we can multiply. Let's use the box method to multiply, just like before. So we're going to put the 2 and the I right here, and then we're going to take the -5 and the -3i, put that right here, -5, -3i. And now we're going to multiply in the middle. We got -5 times 2 is -10. That's not too bad. Now we got 2 times -3i, which is -6i, right there. Now we have I times -5, which is -5i. And here we got, I'm going to put a little box here. I'll show you why. I got -3i times I, which is -3i squared. Well, we know that I squared is -1. So really, we have 3, or -3 times -1, which is 3. So this box is really 3. Now we combine like terms, okay? So let's do it. We're going to combine the 10 and the 3 right here. -10 and 3, that gives me -7. And we're going to combine the -6i and the -5i. That will give me -11i. There's your solution right here. 2 plus I times -5 minus 3i gives you -7 minus 11i. And that is how you multiply complex numbers.